Greetings wonderful people and welcome back. We've recently had Anthem release, and whilst it hasn't had the best reception, there's still a ton of people trying it out and enjoying it. The game unfortunately falls into the same trap many other looter shooters do, and this is that once you finish the campaign story, it fails to give you any sort of guidance on what to do next. Luckily for you, that's exactly what we're going to discuss here, so let's get into the activities to do once you've completed the Anthem campaign. So you've done it, defeated the monitor and returned to Fort Tarsus after many cutscenes and dialogues. So what to do next? Well, first off, it's almost mandatory to reach level 30. Most players finishing the campaign will be coming out between level 20 and 25, and this leaves quite a bit to finish up in terms of leveling. The way you're going to get to 30, or the best way at least, ties into our next thing to do once you finish the campaign, and this is completing the contract and storylines of the NPCs in Fort Tarsus. First off, it's worth noting that contracts are signified by the scroll icon on your minimap, while quests from NPCs are signified by the humanish looking icon. Now, some NPCs like Yarrow will have an almost endless amount of contracts for you to take, but others like Sentinel Bryn will have a semi-long storyline of about 5 missions to take on and complete. This is going to be the best source of experience points once you finish the campaign, but also the only way you can unlock legendary contracts. So try your best to finish off the storylines for characters like Matthias and Sentinel Bryn. Next up we have Strongholds. Now while these don't provide as much experience as their mission counterparts, they do give a lot of gear, which is a vital part of leveling to 30. Strongholds are relatively lengthy activities with a few encounters and a boss fight. These are good fun with friends and, like I said, a great source of loot. Completing all the contracts, strongholds and storylines that we've just mentioned will eventually get you to level 30, but if you find yourself out of things to do before reaching 30, feel free to go into free play or quick play to help others with their missions until you've reached that grindy level 30. This is where the good fun begins. Once you've reached level 30, there's even less guidance for the player, but that's why we're here. Firstly, you unlock the Grandmaster difficulty levels, which are significantly harder than the 3 base difficulty levels, but are supposedly more rewarding. Along with this unlock, you gain increased chances for Masterwork level items. Now, important note that whilst you're playing on difficulties hard and lower, you can still obtain Masterworks, but only a very few amounts, and all of them being weapons. This is a good place to start, however. Obtaining a few of these weapons will certainly boost your power and get you ready for Grandmaster. So first thing you're going to want to do once level 30 is try your best through whatever difficulty you find fitting to get a few Masterwork weapons and high level equipment. This will significantly boost your Javelin's power level and enable you to effectively take on Grandmaster missions. Now, it's worth mentioning that Grandmaster free play is significantly easier than Grandmaster missions and strongholds, so feel free to start there. Playing on Grandmaster also unlocks the ability to get the rest of the Masterwork items in the loot pool, such as grenades, launchers and other Javelin specific abilities. This part is a strenuous grind, but eventually you'll find yourself on the receiving end of many Masterwork items, and if you're lucky, maybe a few legendaries. Now this is where the grind will slow down. You'll find yourself looking for very specific items that match your playstyle and build, and I wish you the best of luck in getting them. This whole process will then be rinsed and repeated so that you can become more powerful, create different loadouts, and take on the toughest missions and strongholds. Now, for example, you can create a gun-based loadout on the Storm with a weapon called the Avenging Herald. Now, I haven't been fortunate enough to get this, but what it does is increase your weapon damage by 200% while hovering, and since the Storm can basically hover forever, it's a great pair. There are countless other options to go for, like the Colossus with the flamethrower and Tesla coil, just blow up everything instantly. As of now, Anthem doesn't have too much endgame content to offer, but the game has plans to release raid-like activities in the future, which will be a sure thing to do once you've reached endgame. But that's all the tips we have. Let us know down below if you're enjoying Anthem or if you want to see any other Anthem content. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing, and until next time, farewell.